How y'all doing?
All righty. Teradja, thank you. Thanks very much for spending a little time with us. Let's start out this round with Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row. Spencer.
Teradja, we just kind of asked Dallas a question along the same lines, but because you don't have anybody in front of you now that's older than you, do you find it a little easier to settle into the linebacker room, or do you find it a little bit more difficult now that you have to take on a leadership role and establish your spot in the starting rotation?
I find it easier. Like I said, there's been a blueprint set out, with those four guys that just left us, and I just kind of followed the blueprint. Just stepped into the role of I got to be the leader in the room now, being the older guy, me, Dallas, and Kayvon. So it's just kind of come natural to me, like just because we've seen what it takes to lead the unit. So just following the footsteps of the older guys.
All right, let's go next to Tony Gerdeman, Buckeye Scoop.
Teradja, how difficult has it been to remain as patient as you guys have been, you three?
It's been very difficult, but like I said, it's a commitment I made to this program. My junior year when I committed, I'm all in on this program. So, and I know that in the end it was gonna work out for me. So I just kept my head down and worked every day. That's all. So
Is this the most you've looked forward to a camp as a Buckeye, do you think?
I look forward to playing football. That's my favorite thing to do. So it's kind of always been the same approach, just looking forward. But obviously now that I'm the older guy, I'm the leader in the unit, is definitely looking forward to this camp.
All righty, let's go next to Austin Ward from Letterman Row. Austin.
Teradja, does that weight, this is a similar question, I guess. Does that weight mean that you've put more into this spring camp, that, there has to be I would think that there's some sort of different feel for you now that the situation is in front of you and that this team needs you?
Yeah, like I said, it's a blessing to be here, and I'm happy to be in this situation. And that weight, it helped me to develop as a player, mentally and physically. So now that I'm here, I'm just ready to showcase the ball.
All righty, next up, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors. Dan.
Hey, Teradja, I think you were backing up that will spot last year. Is that where you see yourself playing this year, and what do you think you bring to that role?
Yes, sir. I'll be playing the will, and what I think I bring to that role, like I said, I'm a very aggressive linebacker, contact seeker. I love contact, so look forward to thumping some guys.
Let's go next to Steve Hellwagon. Steve.
Yeah, Teradja, obviously, you guys have not had a lot of starts, the guys who are moving up now as the seniors, and you're granted an extra year of eligibility because of the pandemic last year. Are you thinking already in your mind this is a 2-year plan to put a lot of plays on tape in the next 2 years to boost what you can do? Or are you solely thinking that this is it for you this coming year? I guess just kind of trying to pick at your mind at what your timetable is now going into this season.
I really haven't looked into that, looked at it like that. I'm just now I'm kind of falling in love with the process, just coming in every day, put my head down and working. I mean, God has a plan for me, and whatever his plan is, I'm all in on that. So I'm just coming down every day and working, and whatever happens, happens.
Yep. And just working with Coach Washington, I know a question was raised to Dallas about he had the chance maybe to jump off to another job. Are you excited about the opportunity to keep working with him? And how exciting was that when he told everybody he's sticking around?
It was very exciting. Me personally, I think he's the best linebacker coach in the country, without a doubt. So obviously those opportunities are going to arise at the end of the season. So I'm glad he's sticking around. I'm glad to work with him. He's definitely elevated our unit. He pours into us like no other. So I'm glad to have him around.
Yep. Thank you.
All righty, let's go next to Bill Rabinowitz from the Dispatch. Bill.
Teradja, I know that you are kind of a charismatic guy and consider yourself a natural leader. Can you just kind of describe how frustrating it's been to have to just wait and bide your time? Because I know that that's a part of you that you wanted to really show.
I wouldn't even say it was frustrating. Like when I came in here humble, just ready to work and learn. So just learning from the guys like Tuff, Pete, Barron, Justin Hilliard. I mean, I just came in and learned from those guys. Like obviously me being a natural leader, I just developed my leadership even more just watching those guys. And now that I'm a senior, I have the ability to lead. It's natural for me, natural feel.
And last year, you did see a decent amount of playing time. How would you say you played?
Like I said, I'm very hard on myself, so I definitely had a lot of work to do. And like I said, this spring, I'm looking forward to putting in the work. So August, be ready.
All right, thank you.
All righty, next up, Bill Landis from The Athletic. Bill.
Teradja, they have you at a 235 on the spring roster, which seems a little lower than maybe you were listed at last year. Are you playing at a lighter weight right now? Was that a plan for you? And if you are, just how you felt doing so?
Yeah, so I'm playing at a lighter weight. Naturally, I'm a big guy. I've been as heavy as 255. So I'm naturally a big guy. During the season, I switched to a vegan diet, so that kind of helped me drop. And right now, I just added fish back into my diet. So I guess if you say I'm pescatarian, like I still eat a vegan diet, but I added fish. So, and it's definitely helped me drop weight.
All right, let's go next to Tim Hall from 97.1. Tim.
I guess Justin Fields really started something here, didn't he, Teradja?
Yes, he did.
Bill Rabinowitz kind of asked the question a little bit there, but I'm just wondering, when you've waited such a long time to get that opportunity, an athlete's always got to be ready, and you've gotten reps. You've clearly been a part of this defense. Does your mental preparation even change more now that you can be one of the guys in a starting linebacker here at Ohio State?
Yes, it has. I've been watching film more than I watch film any other time. Like I found myself just pulling out my iPad and just going on Thundercloud and watching film. So I've definitely this is the best I've mentally prepared for the game. So I'm constantly watching film.
All righty, next up, Tim May, Letterman Row. Tim.
Number one, Teradja, what's your favorite fish or preparation of fish? Number two, how has it made you feel different? I mean, can you really equate how you feel now or compare how you feel now compared to when you were eating meat and vegetables?
My favorite fish is probably salmon. And then it makes me feel a lot better. Like when I wake up in the morning, I feel good. Like even on the field now that I'm like really into it, I just feel so much better. I feel faster, I feel quicker. I have a lot more energy than I've had in previous. So it makes me feel good.
And one other quick thing, when you were out there last year, did you find yourself ever on the field in games? Did you find yourself ever pressing to make plays? What was the biggest, I guess, learning moment you had on the field last year about getting, playing in control, under control, et cetera?
And this just speaks to a lot of athletes. I'll speak out on this. Personally, I struggle with performance anxiety. I've always struggled with that in high school and college. And just now, you just have to get comfortable. You have to play your role. You have to watch film. And it all comes with just knowing your football IQ and feeling comfortable out there. I feel like that's the biggest thing. And I think I've developed that over this offseason. Just like I said, I watched a lot of film. You just got to be comfortable playing the position.
Have you gotten help with that performance anxiety at Ohio State? I mean, you know what I mean? Or have you sought help for that?
Yes, I have. I've talked to players, coaches. We have a wonderful staff here that allows you to develop that. Like that's why I came here. You get developed in all areas at Ohio State. So it's a great place.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
I got time for just a couple more. We'll go to Dave Biddle, 247. Dave.
Thanks, Mike. Teradja, I know Tim joked about this a little bit with the Justin Fields influence with the vegan diet, but is that kind of what sparked your interest in it, seeing Justin do it? Is that what kind of made you think that it would be a good option for you?
Yeah, Justin's my guy. So I seen him doing it. I'm like, I've always heard like bad things about the vegan diet as far as being a football player doing that, especially me playing linebacker. But I seen how it kind of thinned him out. So I'm like, I'm a big guy, so let's see what it does for me. And I went with it. I did cold turkey. I just stopped and I stuck with it because I started feeling good. So
you ever crave meat? Beef?
I mean, see how it makes me feel after I seen like I said, when I felt the difference, I'm like, man, I don't even want to eat that stuff anymore. Like I said, I crave seafood, but like I said, I just recently added fish back into it. So
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, let's go next to Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Teradja, you say that you're expecting to play Will, and Dallas is saying he's thinking he's probably going to be the Mike. Can you give us a picture of just the competition you're seeing right now at Sam? Who's flashing there? Who's playing well there this spring?
I think personally everybody's playing well. We all understand what's at stake here. We have 4 order guys that kind of just been taking over the reign for us. And then like we all know it's at stake. So we all been playing hard. Poach signing, Tommy Eichenberg, Cody Simon, Mitchell Melton, all those guys. Even the young guy Reed Carrico. We're all just coming in every day, putting our head down and working. And I think our unit is definitely holding up to the standard that's set, and we're just balling.
All righty, we'll go two more. Let's go to Joey Kaufman from the Dispatch. Joey.
Teradja, you had high praise for Al Washington and mentioned he's the best linebacker coach in the country. What do you like about him as a coach? What does he you think do well that helps you guys?
He gets the best out of us. A lot of people from the outside, like when you look at a football coach, you think they just help you with football. But Coach Wash, he's more invested on our mental aspect as well, like just developing the linebacker mentally, and our thought process when we're going into a game, into a practice, everyday life. And I think that's what separates him from a lot of other coaches. He's like so passionate about this game and pouring into us, and it shows. Like you've seen the elevation in the linebacker unit over the years.
All righty, we'll wrap it up with Patrick Murphy, 247. Patrick.
Teradja, you mentioned that the guys that just left a blueprint for how to be a linebacker at Ohio State. Could you kind of explain what that blueprint looks like and how you're using that to head into this season?
We just have the expectation to try to be the toughest and baddest unit on the team. I mean, in the weight room, everywhere. We got to come in. Being a linebacker at Ohio State, you have to compete. And you got to be a tough guy. So those guys like I said, Tough, Pete, Barron, Justin, that's what they did every day. They came in, they worked every day, and they just taught us. Like coming in, Tough Boylan taught me how to work. Justin Hilliard taught me how to work, and I just kind of went under their wing, and now that I'm the older guys, like I said, it came natural to me. That's all I know is work.
Thanks, Tom.
All righty. Thank you very much, Teradja. I really appreciate your time today.
Yep. Thank you.